7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And welcome to season six of IFB
How do you
Interfleet
say that in German?
Broadcasting. Oh, I don't know, but it doesn't matter
Doesn't
because
matter.
doesn't matter.
How do
Listen,
you say in Klingon? There we go.
that would be awesome. We'll get somebody to say
Yeah.
that for us.
Oh, yeah,
But
Klingon.
it's a great thing. We're bringing pop culture on our sixth season. I can't get over that. It's so cool. Thank you everybody for doing that. Thanks for sticking with us. We are lucky to be here. We're lucky to share all this with you guys. And we are an award-winning pop culture, sci-fi, and news entertainment show. And I'm New York Pete. I'm here with my best buddy, Chris the Tipsy Toaster. And we have a unique twist on things because we grew up watching and reading 70s, 80s, and 90s, TV, movies, and, whether it
Oh, the
be
cool
cartoons
stuff.
or comic books and
Comics and collecting toys and
yeah, all
yeah.
that cool stuff and going to conventions. And we happen to be big Battlestar Galactica fans. So welcome to our show. And I see a lot of you guys are already on. So
Yeah,
thanks
like
for
a
tuning in. And
hand thing, I don't know, like a I
see
F
you.
B B, right? B.
Oh, like gang.
That's
Yeah,
B.
we actually have our own gang signs.
Gang
That's
sign.
right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's
Wait,
right.
is
We
that a
should do
D
that.
or depends on how you look at it, I guess.
I don't know. I think you think we
B.
should ASL, man, American Sign Language, which is
There we
different
go.
than BSL and everything else. But we can do that. We sure can.
We need to learn that.
Um,
That'd be fun.
we can adopt
Go
that,
flash
just
the
like
gang sign.
just like we may adopt roller derby as the official
Yes, the
sport
official sport of the Interfleet
of
Broadcasting.
That's right. So we're
Pete went to
working
his
on
first
it, but
or one of the first roller derbies in a long time, not the
in a
very
long
first
time.
one.
That's right. That's
So
right. Yeah, and it was really cool. So we may have some of the roller derby skaters come on to IFB. We're working that out as we speak. But in the meantime, let's get the toast out of the way. Let's acknowledge the
sure thing.
fans.
I
Yeah.
have a cool beer today. So I went to Norfolk
Oh boy.
over the
Yeah.
weekend,
Ooh. Okay.
and we went to the zoo in Norfolk, the Virginia Zoo, and they have a
Okay.
partnership with the beer company,
Okay.
and it's Elation Brewing, but it's a cute little otter.
Oh, nice.
It's
Okay.
Otter Lager.
I hope it doesn't taste like
Otter?
anything that otters eat or otter or anything like that because
Hmm. Let's hope
yeah.
not. Anyways,
They don't they eat like clams or oysters or something like that? A lot
I'll
of
say that
like
because I did
shellfish.
get food poisoning on the way back at a place. So
See, there you go, man.
hopefully this doesn't have the same thing. Okay.
I know it's not.
Ooh, look how clear that is. That's almost like water.
It is. It's colored water
Yes.
and fermented.
Ooh, I love the way
So,
the cloud appears in the bottom when you pour it. Oh, doesn't that
oh
look
my
cool?
God, you're like a
That's
cat in
cool.
shiny things, man.
I can see you.
Well, I'm
Mm.
drinking out of my Captain Kirk.
Oh
He's
yeah.
we're sending him all kinds of positive vibes. I think he's okay. And so want to just make sure
Yep.
that the
Hey, we're gonna get
captain
Tara on too.
is around for at least one more revolution.
Tara.
So
Tara's
yeah,
got a drink, right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think
Okay.
and Chris does too.
Give me a second. I'll get Chris up. For some reason, I have Chris, but not Tara on this one. I'll just bring it. It's funny.
You need to
Chris
make
looks like
more.
the guy peeking over the fence in this one.
Yeah, Yeah, but you lost Tara. What happened to
Hey,
Tara?
I'm working on it. Wow, just
You need
picky,
to work
picky,
faster,
picky.
man. You need to have like a lot of those set up. There we go. All right.
It is set up. I just
So
gotta move it. Hang on, let me fix Chris. Chris looks like a weird. Look a little weird there.
that's
Let's not
right,
let's not do
Chris.
that to
Good
Chris
one.
here. And there we
Oh
go. We pull
man.
him up a
There
little
we
bit.
go. All
Get
right.
rid of the cropping.
Well,
There we go. Now
we
he's too
make
big. Let's
sure
make him
that
smaller.
yeah, we got to make
Yeah,
sure that we toast to the fans because that's a big part of what we
there we go.
express. What we love. We are an organization here. IFB is complemented by the fans. So if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be having as much fun. So Chris,
Yes, thank you for being here. We're here every Thursday. If you haven't done so already, go there and find that invite that we've probably sent you already. Maybe we'll go through and show you how to find that because it was kind of confusing. But if you
hmm
find that invite, if you haven't done the invite, click follow, click like, click whatever it is and you do on Twitter or whatever,
hmm
Twitch,
hmm
Twitch it, Twitter it, but mainly
hmm
Facebook and YouTube it. If you haven't followed us over on YouTube, go ahead and do that for us. We'd really appreciate it. We don't make any
yes,
money on this deal because this is
nope,
for the fans and for the
yep,
family. So,
very
anyways,
good. Ooh,
thank
you
you
said it
very
right.
much. Here's to you because fans fuel the fleet.
There you go, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers. Excellent. Okay, very good. And
Otter water.
we
Hmm.
will, yes. Oof.
Does it
I hope
taste
you
like
enjoy.
real otters?
I don't know. I've never licked an otter. So,
Ooh, yeah, you're probably better off not ever
they're
doing that
cute. I
at
don't know
all.
if I want to lick one or
All
not.
right.
Say
Well,
no.
Yeah.
so
Otter licking is probably illegal in most states.
it probably is.
I have to look
So
that one up, but we make sure, pretty sure that's the case.
And go out on a limb and agree.
that's right.
If
Okay,
not, they
so
don't appreciate it much. Yeah.
Mhm.
Tiny Bean, it's we have all right, Tiny Bean, you're all set. Is Tiny Bean ready?
I don't know, Tiny Bean, are you ready?
I am indeed tipsy. How you doing?
All
How
right,
you
because
doing?
we're
Hey,
gonna have
hey,
a
how
Star
you
Wars
doing?
update as soon as
How
you're
you
done.
doing?
Excellent, Tiny Bean. Thank you.
Tulsa King.
Yo, how's it going? How you doing?
Hey. Hello. Hello,
Okay, you're
IFB.
up.
Hello, friends. It's good to be here as always. Welcome to Tiny Bean's Corner, where we discuss new, old, and otherwise interesting things for the fleet's potential viewing pleasure. I have scoured the offerings and rumblings in the entertainment world and pulled out some gems for us. So let's start this week with some stuff that is confirmed rumor talk, hot off the presses, up and coming. True Detective has been a favorite of mine since the beginning. The first season with Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson was absolutely spectacular. The kind of series you really waited for each week. There have since been 3 additional seasons, each unique with different casts, locations, and a different mystery, usually dipping a toe into supernatural elements of some kind. The last season followed Jodie Foster and Callie Reese into Alaska. Well, buckle up, guys. Word is out. The new season will tackle a mystery in New York City with Queens featured prominently, Pete. And the rumored star is none other than Nicolas Cage. So,
Oh,
here, just take all my money. I am 100% in. Filming is projected to start in 2026. Now, no secret that we are big Miami Vice fans here at
heck
IFB.
yeah.
Yeah, the
I can
beloved
feel it.
80s, right? Oh, and our new intro with the Vice. Oh, it's so exciting. But anyway, our beloved favorite 80s classic with Crockett and Tubbs lasted for 5 glorious seasons in the middle of my favorite decade, and even went on to receive big screen reboot treatment in 2006, written and directed by Michael Mann. Well, rumor is it's coming back again. This time in the hands of director Joseph Kosinski, the guy who brought us Top Gun Maverick. So that fills me with a lot of hope. If he can do for Miami Vice what he did for Top Gun, we are in good hands. No word on casting yet. Boy, do I have ideas. But filming is slated to start in 2026. Now, for some previews on stuff right around the corner for us, take a look at Wayward on Netflix. It just dropped today. Imagine an academy for wayward youth set in the woods called Tall Pines, where the objective is to, quote, solve the problem of adolescence. It stars the always amazing Toni Collette as the lead counselor of this creepy place where kids go in and come out as something completely different, if they do come out at all. It's being called stylish and hugely watchable. Sounds like an ideal Netflix binge, guys, so check that one out. Now, next up, get ready for the third installment of the runaway hit murder mystery series Knives Out with Daniel Craig. This one is called Wake Up Dead Man and will actually premiere in theaters before hitting Netflix. These films are so much fun. They're tightly written, full of fun, always an all-star cast. It puts me in mind of the 70s and 80s Agatha Christie era of blockbuster, star-studded, big-budget films. Well, this one's megawatt cast includes Glenn Close, Josh Brolin, Mila Kunis, Jeremy Renner, Kerry Washington, Andrew Scott, Thomas Hayden Church, and more. Bring out the popcorn, guys. This will surely be a good old-fashioned murder mystery time. So, there is so much going on right now to watch. I am enjoying the start of season 3 of Tulsa King, and the first few weeks of Task have been outstanding. I don't know if you guys are catching that one. Not to mention the finale of Alien Earth. But I've got a couple of standout reviews for the fleet. So, first up, finally was able to catch Danny Boyle's 28 Years Later. I was a huge fan of the original movie and so happy to see them come so far. In this universe, it's now been nearly 3 decades since the outbreak of zombies took over parts of the world. Entire generations have existed with this new norm. Now, I'm going to come out and say it in full disclosure. This one is not for everyone. It's a zombie movie. It's harsh. It's intensely graphic and violent, but I expect you know that going in. The real reason I'm saying it's not for everyone is that it's not a straightforward zombie film. If that's what you're looking for, this is not it. It's incredibly stylish, and it's not always linear in its storytelling. There are elements with an almost surreal David Lynch-like quality. The focus shifts from character to character, telling small tales along the way, all of which resonate. I appreciate the homages to the original, including an almost backstory scene to the creepy priest from the first film, which was excellent. A soldier arrives at one point from the outside world, and that perspective is an excellent take and reminder that there are still people out there not affected by this. There are heart-pounding chase and action scenes. And what happens when a recently infected pregnant woman gives birth? Yeah, they go there, and they do it well. The cast is outstanding, led capably by one of my favorites, Aaron Taylor Johnson. Jodie Comer plays, I think, her most heartfelt and heartbreaking role yet. Ray Fiennes shows up in the last act as a slightly touched doctor, covered in iodine as he thinks it helps stop the infection. And he has created a monumental temple of bones and skulls to commemorate the dead. The standout here is a young actor named Alfie Williams. We experience much of the action through his eyes, and he is wonderful. I expect to see much more of this young man. So check this one out, Fleet. It's sure to be a bit divisive, but I loved it. I loved the style. I loved how interesting and unique it was. For better or worse, guys, it's worth a watch. Next up in reviews, you must check out Black Rabbit on Netflix. Now, here is a show that achieves the nearly impossible, taking the likes of a full-out dark series like Breaking Bad or Ozark in tone and theme, and crushing it down to 8 episodes, full stop. It is a classic full series binge watch. Just buckle in and enjoy the ride. And what a ride it is. The series opens with a terrifying jewel heist with masked gun-wielding thugs at a star-studded event, and the intensity doesn't let up much from there. Jude Law and Jason Bateman play brothers who were once an early 90s short-lived band called Black Rabbit. Flash forward to today, and Jude is running a successful restaurant club in Brooklyn, also called the Black Rabbit. Jason is the troubled brother, a whirlwind of menace and problems, who shows back up and things quickly fall apart. There are twists, turns, and horrors, and the brothers are on a race to come up with a ton of money fast and save their necks. The bad guys are a fantastic bunch. Actors Forrest Weber and Chris Coy are the muscle for a gangster played to perfection by Academy Award-winning hearing-impaired actor Troy Kotsur. He is really scary. Other outstanding performances by Abby Lee, Cleopatra Coleman, and Morgan Spector, who you may recognize from The Gilded Age if you watch that sort of thing. Yeah, I see you. I know. Jude and Jason are, of course, outstanding. Their chemistry is spot on. The New York City backdrop and location scenes really add to this series, as does the soundtrack. It moves between high-intensity, nail-biting momentum of something like Uncut Gems in feel to a solid introspection of the relationship of these brothers. And it dives into almost all of the supporting characters, too. All in just 8 episodes. A perfect weekend binge if you feel so inclined, because once you start it, you're not going to want to stop. It is tailor-made for us cinema fans, and we know fans fuel the fleet. Back to you, Pete.
So I read one of Robert Heinlein's books. It was called Tunnel in the Sky, and it had to do with young, I guess teen, like, not preteens, but just around that, maybe 13, 14, something like that. And they have to, they're sent over to another world. Though they don't know where they're going, but they have to survive, and it's supposed to only be, like 72 hours, and then they bring them back, whoever survives, and they come back, and they're, then now they fast track them, I think, the citizenship and everything else, and upstanding, people in their community, because they've, gone through this process, and of course things go wrong. So when you were talking about that new series coming up, right, I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's really, it looks like it's got all those elements. I remember as a kid reading a book called The Grounding of Group 6. And it's just a random book that I got in the library, and it was a similar thing. It was like these rich kids, and they go away to this fancy school, and this special Group 6 kids were the kids that they were supposed to disappear. Oof. It was very, very good. So I was like, oh, that reminds me. It totally flashed me back to like middle school reading this book. But it's getting some good buzz. So definitely check that out. It just dropped today. Excellent.
I will. When you get a chance, check out some of the comments. You're getting, Baz wants to know if you've come across any information on Dune Part 3. Karen is on, and a lot of the everybody that watches is a fan of yours. So just if you get a chance, you want to comment separately, please do.
And you need to answer Lola there. Do zombies have babies?
Well, you got to see this movie, because that's one that I've never seen this happen before, but apparently this was a thing, and I don't want to give away.
Oh boy.
If the baby is a zombie, or if the baby is not a zombie.
Oh boy, okay.
I think you got a 50-50 chance on that.
Okay. That is just...
And the great thing is, of course, my favorite out of all this is Miami Vice. From what I understand,
of course.
From what I understand, this one will take place in the 80s.
Yes, I'm hearing that too, that they're making it period.
They're going to period correct. So
Oh, so
I'm
cool. I'm
excited. The other one
dying
was
to hear
okay, but
casting on this.
yeah, the other one was okay, but I would love to
Yeah.
see an 80s.
Oh,
Well,
absolutely.
I
It
gotta
needs
throw
to be 80s.
before you go. Let's see. We have a quick Dave. How are you, Dave Turnbull? How are you, my friend? He brought up Slow Horses, which is one of my favorites. And
Great
season
show.
five, yep, it premiered yesterday. And James Callis, of course, the new Boltar, is in his
Mhm.
role. So we're gonna start binging that as soon as possible.
Which one's
So,
that one?
oh man,
Something else?
that's
Definitely.
Slow Horses, man.
Okay.
It is excellent.
Really, really
What?
good.
Super
Yeah.
Once
good.
again, that sounds really mean, talking about slow horses. Come on.
Yeah,
It's not very
well,
nice at all. I
it's
mean, come
there.
on.
That's what they call the guys in this one office. So it's really good.
Yeah.
Terminal
Yeah,
list.
yeah.
Anybody?
Yep.
Terminal list?
Journalist.
The
Yeah.
new one. I think the final one is already the season finale just came out. Excellent show. Excellent show.
Awesome.
Cool. Well, Tiny Bean,
Yeah.
thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, I know
Thank
Liam
you, guys.
Shatner is doing better, so that's good for us. And so here's to you. Thank you so much. We look forward to the next one. Stay in touch in the meantime. And cheers.
Cheers to the fleet.
Cheers, guys. See you soon.
Excellent. All right, cool. I always been watching as much as I can, and I can tell you that Tiny Bean's recommendations are really, really spot on. So,
True Detective is a great show. I can't wait to see that one.
yeah,
I haven't been able to watch Alien Earth because I don't have that. I don't have Hulu. I do have Disney Plus.
Well, get with the
But
program,
I have
man.
Disney Plus, but you can't get to Hulu off of Disney Plus, from what I understand.
You get it.
I'm working it. I can't get into it.
Open the purse strings and take care of business. In the meantime, get ready because we have our Star Wars update, all things Star Wars, with Chris Feehan, and so he's patiently waiting in the green room, and
Not
here
anymore.
he
He's
is.
right there.
Chris, what's up, buddy? Welcome
How
back.
you doing? Nice to
Good.
see you guys.
What is up with Star Wars, man? It's like a machine, a beast.
Oh my goodness. Just in the past month since I was last on, there's been so much information, so much news. I also sent you two images. I don't know if you could put them up when I get to them. Pete,
Where'd you send them to us?
message them
I
to
sent
you.
them. I sent them to you. Just
When I get
in,
to them, it might be good visual aids because there was some big news. But let me go into one by
Right.
one what's been going on because there's been a lot
Run
going
those
on in the
down. Pete,
past
did
month.
you? Is
instant
it
message.
Messenger?
Instant
Okay.
message. Yeah,
And
yeah.
a lot of drops of different new things that are happening. The first big news was Andor, as I mentioned last time, was nominated for a whopping 14 Emmy Awards. And the
Oof.
Emmy Awards were last week. It
Yep.
won 5 out of those 14 nominations.
Not
It
bad.
won Outstanding Writing for a Drama Series and 4 technical awards, including Outstanding Production Design, Outstanding Fantasy Sci-Fi Costumes, Outstanding Picture Editing, and Outstanding Visual Effects. So they unbelievable win for Andor. Unfortunately, they didn't win in the acting categories. Andor himself was nominated. He didn't win. Some of the other writers and actors were nominated as well, but they did win those 4 technical categories and Best Writing in a Drama Series, which is a big category. So congratulations to Andor. I think they really hit their stride with that second season. Everything I didn't like about the first season was pretty much remedied in the second season. It had more action, it had more story, it had more going on, and I really did appreciate a lot of the callbacks in the series. So if you haven't checked it out already, check out Andor season 2. Great lead in right into Rogue One. You could literally watch the last episode and then pop into Blu-ray for Rogue One, and it's like just continues the story of Andor and his ultimate demise, as we all know. But very well done series, and definitely check it out if you haven't already. There's been also a lot of word about what's been going on with Ahsoka season 2. They're in full swing filming it, and they've also announced the 4 directors that are going to be each directing about 2 episodes each. And a lot of names that we've heard before that have directed other Star Wars properties. We have Dave Filoni, who did the Clone Wars, Rebels, Mandalorian, and Book of Boba Fett. We have Bryce Dallas Howard, who did the Mandalorian and Skeleton Crew. We have Anders Engstrom, who did Percy Jackson and Chief of War. And we have Jennifer Getzinger, who did Agent Carter, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and Westworld. So really top-notch directors, two of which have had a lot of play already in the Star Wars universe and done an incredible job. So we can really look forward to what we're going to see in the next Ahsoka series. Unfortunately, they haven't released any details about the release date, but the general consensus is it's going to be sometime mid to late next year, probably to ride the coattails of the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, which we'll talk about in a little bit. The next big news was that there are some other series coming out before the end of this year. Just in about 4 weeks is Star Wars Visions Season 3. Those are the Japanese-inspired shorts. There's going to, I think, be 8 of them, and they're going to premiere on October 29th on Disney+. So if you haven't already checked out Visions, you can catch up on the first 2 seasons and catch the 3rd season when it debuts October 29th. There's also going to be a 4-part Lego miniseries. They haven't released all the details of that, but that should be coming out sometime probably in November, December, so probably before the end of the year. So please keep a lookout for the new Star Wars Lego-inspired show that's going to be coming out later this year. Lot of news about Starfighter. Everybody's very excited that Starfighter has actually started filming already. As I mentioned last time, this is the fastest tracked Hollywood thing I have ever seen, ever, for any property. I mean, basically, they announced it in May, and now it's September, and they're already in the midst of shooting this movie. It's absolutely incredible how quickly that this has come to fruition. One big rumor that started probably about a week ago was that Ryan Gosling's partner, real-life partner, Eva Mendes, might actually be playing his wife in the movie. That's still a rumor, but we do know the other cast is going to be stellar, including Matt Smith, Amy Adams, Mia Goth, Ryan Gosling, and Aaron Pierre, among many others. So that is just a stellar cast that I just cannot wait to see what they're going to do with this movie. I did send over an image. They did release a first image of like them on set and actually shooting. If you want to try to get a glimpse of Ryan Gosling's outfit and Flynn Gray's outfit from the movie, you can see that all over StarWars.com. They have the first like on-set image posted from Starfighter. So that's just going to be incredible. That's going to debut about a year after The Mandalorian and Grogu. So the May 2027 is when Starfighter is set to debut. So now it's going to be like every year. They're going to have a Star Wars movie on the block for the big summer release schedule. So that's very exciting. So that's already in the hopper. And the other thing in the hopper that everybody's waiting to see is The Mandalorian and Grogu, which they just this week released the trailer for, which was absolutely knock your socks off. A lot of action, a lot of comedy. Somehow the Razor Crest is back. I can't wait to see how they're going to do that. He must have gotten another ship of that type, and he's now flying around in a Razor Crest again. So we're going to be very excited to see how that comes to pass. In the trailer, there's also a shot of Sigourney Weaver's character, whose name in the movie is going to be Bishop, which I think is a subtle nod to Aliens, but who knows? It might have just been a coincidence. But she's in the trailer, along with the species that Babu Frick was, and I have it written down because I can never remember the species, the Anzelians, having some fun and doing some comic relief with Grogu. So please check out that trailer. It just came out this week. They also released the movie poster, which is a huge departure from all the other Star Wars movie posters that were all a very similar style. This one, and great that you have it up there, this one is kind of a throwback, serial kind of movie, kind of like some of the Indiana Jones inspired posters. Really interesting poster design. Really, I think, fits the feel of The Mandalorian. So I'm very excited to see what they're going to do with this movie. And we only have to wait until next May when it debuts in May of 2026. It's going to debut May 22nd. It's on the poster. And of course, this is the way. So let's hope this is the way that we're going to go into the fly into the future for The Mandalorian Grogu going forward. There's also been some major news in other areas of Star Wars that I'll quickly run down. As I mentioned last time, They were talking about releasing Star Wars Outlaws on Switch 2. That finally has come out this week, almost a year to the day of it coming out on other platforms, including the Xbox and PlayStation 5 and PC. I'm hoping that this might find a whole new audience for the game. The game is very good. It's very involved. It's very good graphics. They have dumbed them down slightly for the Switch 2, but done some incredible technical tricks to make it look still stunning on the Switch 2. So if you haven't already checked it out and don't have it on the other platforms and you have a Switch 2, this is definitely the time to check it out. One of the best AAA platformer games that you can get, that you can take portable now on the Switch 2. So if you haven't already checked it out, definitely check it out. Or if you loved it on the other platforms, it may be worth checking out on the Switch 2 and being able to take it with you wherever you go. So definitely check it out if you haven't already. There's also a new Star Wars game that kind of came out of nowhere, and I think I mentioned it briefly last time. Star Wars Beyond Victory is being released on October 7th, so only in about 2 weeks, for the MetaQuest 3S and the MetaQuest 3. It's a mixed reality game, so there's elements of it that you can see your surroundings while you're interacting with some Star Wars items. It has a pod race feature. It has some droid building features. It has schematics that you can look. It has footage from different movies. I don't know what this game is. The trailer got released a few weeks ago, and I watched it. I still don't know what exactly this game is, but I'm excited to play it on my Quest 3 and see what it's all about. As I mentioned, the last game that came out, the Galaxy's Edge game, was very good, but it was kind of boring, and it took a very long time to get to the cool level, which was the last level of the game when you have to infiltrate this Imperial base as a First Order Stormtrooper. That level, I wish the whole game was that level because that was the best part of the game. Unfortunately, it took a very long time to get to what was an incredible finale of that game. So I'm excited to see this. I also enjoyed the Vader game that they came out with. That was also like Vader fighting with a lightsaber. So they're dabbling in some VR titles, and I'm hoping that this will be an enjoyable Star Wars experience on the Quest 3. As I mentioned, there are some other things coming out. Star Wars in the book front has Star Wars Master of Evil that has a story regarding Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine. That's hitting bookshelves this November. There's also a new Star Wars comic, Boba Fett Black, White, and Red, which I think is the third in the series of various comic books tackling a specific character in Star Wars. They've previously done Darth Vader and Darth Maul. So I'm excited to see their take on this with Boba Fett. So if you're a Boba Fett fan, please seek out Boba Fett Black, White, and Red coming out shortly at comic book stores near you. Also, Star Wars Celebration was announced, and it's taking place in Los Angeles, April 1st to the 4th of 2027. So at least it'll be in the U.S. this time, a little far away from us here in the Northeast, but definitely worth the trip if you can make it out to Los Angeles in April of 2027. There's also a new Lego Death Star set. If anybody is interested in Lego and remembers I think it was about a decade ago, almost 10 years ago, they released a medium-sized Death Star that had various levels. They're taking this to a ridiculous level at this point, and it's going to be the largest Star Wars set ever made and the fourth largest Lego set ever made. It's over 9,000 pieces, costs over $1,000, and it's supposedly being released Tuesday of next week. So please keep a lookout for that if you're a huge Lego fanatic that needs to have a massive 9,000 piece Lego Death Star. It is going to be available for you starting next week at a Lego store near you.
And I'm sure you're going to reach out to them and ask them if they can donate one for the mini-con.
Oh, of course. We'll be doing something with them on Tuesday, and hopefully maybe they'll be generous enough to give us one or give us a discount on one. We don't know. But we'll see how that goes. But yes, Lego has been a supporter of us, and in the past has donated some stuff. Maybe we'll get lucky and get something good. Also this week, big news today is the day that's Mark Hamill's 74th birthday. So we'd like to wish a special birthday to Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker from all the Star Wars movies, turning 74 today. And in the 501st realm, we have tons and tons of stuff going on. The fall is a very, very, very busy time for us. We have various walks coming up. We have various events coming up. We have Comic-Con coming up in 2 weeks, and we'll be in full force at Comic-Con in section Hall 1E, which is down in the lower level by where they have the authors and artists and things of that nature. They're moving us now from the highest point in the Javits Center to the lowest point in the Javits Center. But hopefully we'll get some good traffic and help raise some money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. We're hoping to do Blaster Trooper, raffle off a giant HasLabs ghost ship. And I don't know if you know what that is, but that's valued at between $700 and $1,000. And it's the largest ship that Hasbro has ever released. It's literally this big. It's absolutely massive. Weighs about 50 pounds. I don't even know how the heck we're going to get it to the Javits Center. We might have to just bring a picture. We're going to try. And that's going to be available for raffles for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Again, incredible prize. We love doing something big. We had given away the past 2 years the Razor Crest from The Mandalorian, which was up until then one of the largest ships they'd ever produced. They went nuts with this ghost ship. It actually takes 2 people to carry it. It's almost hard to carry with one person. The box, it's so freaking massive. It's unbelievable. But that'll be one lucky winner. We'll get that, and all proceeds from the raffle and from our Blaster Trooper efforts at Comic-Con will go to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So we would appreciate your support. Or if you just want to come by and check us out, ask questions about the 501st, take some pictures with our various characters, we'd love to have you check it out. I'd also like to announce that we're doing another event at Levittown Hall this year, specifically for the 501st itself. It's going to be Trooper Fest at Levittown Hall on December 6th. It's going to be an all-day event from noon till like 5 o'clock, and it's going to be a place where people can come and ask questions about the 501st, see tutorials about building, take pictures with some of our characters, and check out some of our sets that the members have built. So if you're interested in that, and you're in the Northeast area, in the New York, Long Island area, it's going to be Levittown Hall, December 6th. I'll send you a link for it so you can share it in the show notes. But that's something that we're just putting together now and trying to get some interest in. And another way we can utilize that hall and really connect with some of our fans and some of our some of the people that are interested in actually joining the 501st. So that, again, that's Trooper Fest, December 6th this year. And if it goes well, we're going to try to make that a yearly event as well. That's just going to be 501st centric. We're also going to have some of our friends there from other groups. So if you're interested in Star Wars in general, come check it out and come see us. And next year, we're looking on the horizon for MiniCon next July, July 18th, and various other different events that we'll be doing throughout the year. We're always very busy, and if you'd like to find out more and look at our calendar and see what else we might have coming up in the near future, check out 501ecg.com, or if you're just interested in the 501st in general, you can check out 501st.com and find out everything you'd want to know about the 501st Legion.
Outstanding.
And those links are in the chat.
Yep, we got them in. Thank you, Chris, as usual. Phenomenal job and update on Star Wars. It's, there's so much going on, and
it just never stops. It's even unbelievable to me as a kid growing up with this, and then having that 20-year or so break.
Yep.
With nothing going on between Return of the Jedi. I think we mentioned this last time, between Return of the Jedi and Phantom Menace. There was nothing, and then it was crazy for a while with the prequels, and then it died down again.
Yep.
Now with Disney Plus and the series and all the different outlets that they have, they've permeated just about every genre, every outlet, every pop culture thing you'd want. Unbelievable explosion of Star Wars stuff over the past 5 or 6 years at this point.
You know what? It's the more the merrier. It's always better to have more than to have less. And of course, there's something to be said for quality over quantity, but there is, I think, a fair mix. There is a level of quality, and so there's enough for us to all pick some of our favorites, right? Doesn't all have to be our favorites, but like Andor for me, Rogue One, top of my list, hands down. But there's a lot of good stuff out there.
Well, I love The Mandalorian. I'm excited that it's
Yeah,
going into
yeah,
movies, and
yep.
I thought it was disappointing. I did love Skeleton Crew as a nice side journey. I
It
liked that,
was,
that
yeah.
series, and I really did like Ahsoka. I thought it made a couple of missteps and was a little long, just like Obi-Wan. But I've mentioned that there's those fans edits that if you haven't checked it out already, you might want to check out a
Yeah.
fan edit. If you don't want to invest the 8 hours in watching the whole series, you could watch it in 2.5 hours and really get most of the story.
And it's good too. Yeah, I have watched some of that, but great. So thank you as usual, Chris. Hitting it out of the ballpark. We look forward to having you on. Keep us updated. I know that you do a lot of other things as well. Star Wars is tip of the spear for you, but you're a big sci-fi fan. Back to the Future is another one of your things. So I know that you're involved with that stuff too. So please keep us up to
Yeah, and
speed, man.
that's the 40th anniversary is this
Yep.
year, and they're bringing it back in theaters from October 30th through the first week in November.
Oh,
So
that's
that's going to
something.
be a busy time for me as well. So
Oh boy, not to mention, since we did talk about Miami Vice earlier with Tiny Bean, we are products of our generation. We did run into each other at the '80s band that
the,
live night that was
the Pier
awesome.
'17 '80s
Yeah,
fest,
it
yeah,
was
that was
just
hilarious.
it was pretty damn cool, and I'm glad that
I
we were able
actually I
to.
actually just went to see Morrissey last week as
Oh,
well
did you?
from the
Oh,
Smiths. So
fantastic.
I'm still stuck in that '80s thing. Everything I like and still go after is Nine Inch Nails, Morrissey, the Smiths, The Cure, Depeche Mode. Still
All
stuck in that world.
all that great stuff. So this is the right place for it. Although we don't talk a lot about music, but hey, man, '80s, Miami Vice just kind of brings it all together.
I know. I love that
So
show.
Chris, thank you so much for doing what you do. We really, truly enjoy you having coming on. Happy birthday to Mark Hamill, of course. And with that said, here's to you, Chris, and to our love for everything that's out there, pop culture, Star Wars included. So, fans fielded fleet, and thank you, Chris.
Thanks for having me, guys. Thank you.
All right, excellent, man. That is a lot of fun. I love it. Chris comes on and gives us you know the. How else you can't just do that, right? It's nearly impossible to try to keep up with all the stuff, and so it's really cool when we get a chance to have someone
Right.
like Mr. Chris Feehan come on from ECG's 501, right, or the
Yeah.
501st
It's
ECG.
fantastic. Yeah. Well, but
Yeah.
still, I have not heard what I want to hear for the Star Wars
Oh, it's
universe.
the yeah. Okay, I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah. So,
I
I
know what
mean,
you're gonna say.
Jar Jar Binks is being left out here. I mean, what the
Yes,
hell?
yes, he's
Never.
underrepresented.
Where's the
Oh
Jar
boy.
Jar? Hey, at least
Yeah,
Lego
yeah,
could build
yeah.
a life-size Jar Jar Binks or something,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. Yes, of course. Well, so we have our next guest is in the green room,
But before we go to the next
and
guest, I think it's
yeah,
important that we set the record straight from earlier. We don't want
okay,
anybody to make a mistake because that would
yes,
be bad. But
yes,
anyways, I looked it up to make sure.
yeah.
It is not explicitly illegal to lick an otter,
Ah,
but it
oh
can be
boy.
used. But you can break the law if you are disturbing or harassing wildlife. The National Park Service says it's illegal to touch, tease, or intentionally disturb the wildlife. I guess licking would probably be part
Right,
of that,
and
touching or licking. State
therefore
laws,
that's
most state laws have life
yeah,
protecting from harassment and those kind of things. So,
right.
even though we had mentioned it earlier, yes, we weren't sure, but yes, we can now confirm that yes, it is illegal to lick an otter.
Okay, and therefore that's why you bought the otter beer so that you
That's
wouldn't
right.
be licking the
I wouldn't
actual
lick the otter.
otters. So,
So
oh
that you can
boy.
buy the beer, don't lick the otter.
Yes, it sounds like you were actually prepping for one of those B movies where the otters go crazy and they start killing everybody.
Zombievers, otters,
Zombie, yes, exactly. There you go.
maybe
But
otters from outer space. That kind of has the
yeah,
O and
that's
the O
possible.
together.
Yeah. Okay, that works.
Otters take over
That
the
works.
world. They're so
Yeah.
cute and everything else.
No
And maybe,
kidding, Paul. Yeah, well, we went down the rabbit hole. But anyway, so I want to bring up a quick update on our project, which was the Stranded Warrior, and it's just phenomenal that we were able to bring a team together. Right, we brought everybody together so that we could showcase talent and that we could actually then put together a Battlestar Galactica fan film. There's not a lot of them out there, and we thought it would be kind of cool if we went with something that's really near and dear to our hearts. And so we did that, and we created the Stranded Warrior. It's done super, super well in the film festival circuit, both domestic and internationally. And we've been able to now, share that our vision of, it's a prequel, and it's set in that BSG world from 1978, and we've won 20 awards so far, and we've been selected 26 times, and there is it's just phenomenal. Tickets are available, right? So a lot of you, we've talked a lot about it, and it's been out for several months now in terms of the festival circuit. The trailer is an award-winning trailer in its own right. Our poster, the official poster, also a winner, and of course the short film is a winner as well. And we have our first debut. So the Brooklyn Sci-Fi Film Festival has actually put together a digital film festival aside from their live one, and we're obviously in it since we were selected into it. And if you guys want to watch and see the film, for anyone that's been interested, we got a lot of comments. A lot of you were interested. A lot of you asked, where can I see the Stranded Warrior? Here's your opportunity, guys. You go on, and for a very small fee, you buy a ticket, you watch October 6th, right? So you can go in now, buy your ticket through Brooklyn Sci-Fi Film Festival. The proceeds are all going to, of course, the film festival, and they maintain the festival and everything that they do. It's quite expensive to run a festival, so we have nothing to do with that. But I just want to warn you that there is a small fee that you have to pay, and you can watch almost 200 selected, right? These are curated shorts and a couple of, and several features, sci-fi related, and some of them are phenomenal. I was a juror. I only got to do the AI and a short list of short sci-fi, not of course our own, not the Stranded Warrior. So I got to see a bunch of these, and many of those that I recommended are actually up there for screening. And I'll tell you guys, for the small amount that you pay to get that ticket, you can watch all week, starting in October. And of course, the Stranded Warrior is there. We have the link is out there. It's $12.50, and don't forget to vote. Right, so for $12.50, you can get yourself a ticket to watch the digital release of all of these films that are in the Brooklyn Sci-Fi Film Festival, including ours. You buy a ticket, and then you get to choose. Right, it's the audience favorite. You get to pick which one you think is the best, and I hope that, of course, you guys vote for the Stranded Warrior, because there's going to be a People's Choice Award at the end. And hey, you never know, right? So it would be really cool. So there you go. All of you that have been asking, and we appreciate all of you that have been, previously asking, where can we see it, please, when, where, how? Here's your opportunity. So if you want, get out there and you can watch a whole week. You can binge all these movies that you want. Some of them are micro shorts, some of them are features, and all in between. So with that said, this is the segue into our next guest, someone that is a prop maker, someone that worked with us on the Stranded Warrior, someone that made us some of the coolest pieces that were actually used in and throughout the Stranded Warrior and appear in a lot of our posters and a lot of the pictures that are out there. A lot of actually, there's a front cover of Schlock magazine that features the Viper helmet from one of the main characters named Major Amon, played by award-winning Best Actress Diana Durango, and that was created for us by none other than Mediocre Modeler. And so he's here with us, and we're going to actually do an unboxing too, because he sent over some really cool stuff. I have something. I'm going to open it here. Kelvin, welcome to IFB again.
Otter Liquor's Intervention Hotline. My name is Kelvin. How can I help you?
Perfect. Boom. There you go.
And
cut. All right. Print.
Do not go squirrel on IFB tonight.
Oh yes, that's gone.
You can go otter. You go full otter, but don't go full squirrel.
Exactly.
Right.
So, Mediocre Modeler, we have done really, really well. We're very proud of everything that we put out, including the Stranded Warrior, and we are lucky and honored that you were a part of it as well. So thank you for that, because it's a team award, and it's an award with the fans, right? It's not just for us. It's not, it's the fans in general. I do want to single out the ones that helped make it a reality, right? So when we did our Indiegogo, right, our crowdfunding, we raised more than we asked, and we made it happen, and that was obviously with your help. So thank you officially.
I just make stuff, man.
Yeah,
I'm making stuff in
you
the
make
basement.
not just stuff. You make fantastic stuff.
Yes, you make fantastic stuff.
I think the one thing after last week's broadcast, you do a great job. Both of you do a great job of letting the fans know. The beautiful part about IFB is if you catch it on a live night, you can be a part of the show by texting in and chatting with the the guest or with you guys, and you guys do a really great job of making us feel like we're a part of the whole process. And so I'm not sure how often people get to thank you for what you guys do, but I mean, this is like when we were kids. If you're not here on the night, you may miss something.
Thursday nights.
Gotta be there on that night, because you just never know what's going to happen, and you could be a part of it. So I want to make sure I said thank you back to you guys from
appreciate that.
a fan.
Thank you,
the
Kelvin.
fans. I'm sure we all feel the same way.
That is very, very cool of you. I wanted. Oh, so we have a comment from some of a fellow colleague, a fellow podcaster, Mediocre Modeler, and that is Naren and Kavura just posted that Carvel Ice Cream's Cookie Puss was born today 53 years ago.
Okay. I think I saw them at Wonderfest.
Oh.
And I did not
really?
get to speak to
Okay.
them.
Oh,
I was just like,
man.
ooh, and then, things were happening.
Yeah,
So,
they're really cool.
you might call it science fiction irony that on the day of Mark Hamill's birth, Captain Kirk goes into the hospital.
Yeah, there's
was a
something
curse.
going on.
It's a
there.
curse.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Yeah,
the
that's right.
the sci-fi galaxy trying to balance itself.
Yeah, it could be. Well, you know what? I have a package that you sent, and it's still closed. Okay, and this is made by you specifically for us here on IFB, and we'll get into some of the particulars, but I have it here with me, and let's see. Here it is.
So I'm still curious as to what happened to Pete's, but I mean to Chris's.
Oh, I got it.
But you got it?
Yep.
Oh, good. Because I'm like, if I'm gonna have to remake one, I'd like to remake his and not yours, Pete.
All right, so I'm opening this up, and for those of you that have
He's
been
got a knife.
watching, those of you that have been watching IFB for a while, you might have an idea, because I have an idea, because this is the twisted humor that we employ here on IFB, and
The
we're
packing
okay with that
peanuts
lot.
make it the best.
Packing peanuts.
They're going to be all over the place.
All over
Of
the
course
office.
they are.
They're stuck to your leg and to the ceiling. And
Yeah.
To be fair, those are biodegradable, so they
Okay,
should
cool.
dissolve in
but
water.
they are definitely not static proof.
No.
They're not static proof. Okay. So
Woohoo!
got-
Bubble
here we go.
wrap.
We got the
Outstanding. That'll keep Pete
All right.
busy for like
bubble wrap is cool.
months.
That's okay. I can deal with the bubble wrap. Let's see if I don't drop the box. I don't want the little
Just
little-
drop it.
peanuts to go all over the place. Give me a sec, man. Don't just chill out.
Mrs.
here.
New York
Here we
Pete
go.
would just love that.
Right?
Oh,
But
yeah.
she'll hate me. We can't have that. Eventually, I'm going to make my way out there, and I don't want her to be the first thing
Oh, yeah,
for her to
that's
say
right.
to me is packing peanuts.
Okay, so this is this. This goes away. I have some other things. I went into the Galactica box, and I have something to share afterwards. So there is a top to it.
Yeah, I just want to make sure you opened it up. Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. We'll just tear this open like this, and then.
Yes,
another
that's so
underneath.
cool. It's a picture of a polar bear eating marshmallows in the snow.
Oh, it's a Christmas on IFB. Watch this. Whoa!
Ooh, wow.
Oh, look at this. Busted.
The tape. It's a bag.
Just rip the
That
bag,
is the bag.
Pete. Come on. There you go.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh,
man.
the thing fell off.
The logo fell off. We can fix that.
Lick and
We
stick.
can fix that.
Oh my gosh, that's got the logo. That's so cool.
Yes.
And for you guys that don't know what this logo is, this is the
That's so
Helios. This is a replica from.
I see you. You.
I see
You.
you.
I am
That's
going
right.
to put you in the cold cell, sir. I'm going to examine your cortex.
Oh, my
Later.
God.
This is the symbol that goes on, right? This is the
Yep.
insignia of the Battlestar Helios from the stranded.
I was so happy to blow that Battlestar up.
Excellent. I
it-
see. Hold on. Let's see. Now that I have this, I see
Hang on,
Erica.
hang on, Pete.
and
Hang on. Gotta
Paul.
get the list up. There we go.
Yeah.
Now you got it.
Okay, so I see. Let's see. Who can I get? Fran, Superfan Fran, and Bert Oliver, and George G, and Baz, and Kim Harms, and Rick Moreno. Let's see. Who else? Who am I missing? Naren and Kravura. I see you guys clearly with my Battlestar helmet. It's the magic mirror helmet, Colonial Warrior helmet. Let's see, who else can I see? Oh, Erica Prusiani. Thank you. Lola is here with us. Who else am I going to be able to see? Oh, boy. Everybody else that's out there. Who am I missing? There's got to be somebody I'm missing. Commander Kane, I already called you out. And Baz, of course. I know that there's others of you that are watching all throughout the social media, on YouTube and everything else. So
Silence
I'm
rule.
monitoring Facebook.
Silence rule.
Yeah.
Silence
You're
rule.
going down. I can tell you right now. You, sir, are going down. All right. So there you go.
Silence rule. Silence rule.
Magic
Colonial scum.
Viper helmet. It's not
Colonial
a mirror, it's a magic
scum.
Viper
I
helmet.
see more
I
colonial
actually-
scum.
I had to look up the magic mirror so I could show my wife the romper room thing, and I
She
think
didn't
she's
know?
laughing in the background. She's like, "Yeah, that kind of looks familiar." Well, I'm like, "I have my own now. This is good for Halloween too. We're gonna use these for Halloween, guys."
Oh yeah, this is
Yeah,
easy.
yeah, Janet's laughing. Yeah, we're crazy, Erica. Of course we are. Come on.
But we're
There's
only
something
crazy
we're,
because we are able to get such cool gifts.
Yeah, this is
And this
just-
is amazing,
look at that.
by the way.
This
The-
is so
the-
cool.
The craftsmanship
Thank
on
you.
this.
Thank
It's
you,
good
Kelvin.
weight to it.
Yes.
Outstanding
This is-
job,
yes.
sir.
Outstanding.
As always.
Master prop maker.
So
Right?
the thing with those is the way they were made. I originally was going to make them as a silhouette, and that's where I went from those. I took the silhouette and I put them into Fusion 360 and turned it into a 3D prop from there. So it's really weird. So like the Cylon, I don't know if you can see that. That's the silhouette that's made from.
Okay.
And then the Galactica one, that's
Oh,
the
that's
silhouette.
so cool. That is
And
so
so
cool.
you put it into the program and you got to figure out, well, what's pulled forward, what's pushed back. And it took a little bit to get there, but when you got done, I got the giggles so bad. And the
Gee,
thing
I
about
wonder
it
why.
is the Galactica helmet breaks into two pieces because it's so big that I could only print half on the my printer. And I was showing him to John 1, and I was asking him, hey, so on the Cylon one, should it be chrome or should it be gold? And he said, no, it's absolutely got to be gold. It doesn't come off on gold on camera there, but it is definitely gold.
Oh, it's gold, yeah.
And so I sent John 1 a set of those raw so he and his boys can build them as like a project for scouts or whatever. So
Cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, it's like I don't know what you could do with them, and also not to mention with the emblem on the forehead, you could almost even I could send them out raw, and then someone could put their own emblem on there. You could put the
Pegasus.
yeah, you could put the Pegasus. No, see, I'd have to completely redesign that because I cannot have that big horse sticking out. But yes, in theory, yes, you could do that, or
Anubis.
The Anubis.
Anubis.
That's what I was trying to think
Major-
of. The Anubis. That
Major
would go
Amons.
real well.
The Helios, baby. The Helios. Bam. Oh, this is so cool. Now I want to hold it the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't want to put it away.
I can't push the buttons with it in my hand right now.
And realistically, without the handle, it makes really good wall art.
Oh,
It's
it does.
cool, man.
Yeah, it would be.
It is
So-
freaking awesome. Are you kidding? This is incredible. Thank you so much. I know that this was some kind of a tag team between you and Tipsy Toaster's weirdness, but I see through all of that.
Don't worry, sir.
So cool.
I tell
Thank
you what, how long
It's
we've
the
been
cold
talking about
cell
doing
for
this?
you, sir.
It's been a while. Don't worry, we'll just blow you up later.
We've been talking about this for probably about 2 years, right?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, you do your best building when you're motivated to do it. And I just couldn't wrap my brain around building it until about a month ago. And you guys were talking to someone, you were talking about the anniversary coming up. And the other great motivator for building is a deadline.
Yeah. Excellent. That is so cool though. Man, you are
I'm-
so talented. And we not for nothing, but you had a few minutes to come on. This is our second episode in season 6
Yep.
of IFB. We have well over, combined well over 2,000 views. It's just been a week. And I mean, it's us guys, so really, really proud of, putting this together and working with all of you out there. It's just so cool.
So, Mediocre, so you're probably going to have to step in for Pete again sooner or later. Where's yours?
Ooh.
You got a Mandalorian.
Yeah,
make, sir.
See?
You got a Mandalorian to make there, sir.
Okay,
right.
it can be done. It can be done. I'm on it.
You
The
need to
Mandalorian.
have one. You've been told now by Commander Adama says you need to have one, so now you got to make one.
I'm
But,
on it. We'll
yeah,
have to
some of
figure out what
some of the
it's
stuff
gonna
that you've made has just been amazing.
is.
Some of the things are
All
my
your
favorite.
stuff.
So my favorite. This is one of my favorite pieces. I just love this thing. That's why it sits right next to here. I love that. I love this.
be. You need
This
to
was
attach it to
amazing.
your the Anubis to your microphone because we haven't seen the Daggett in a while.
Yeah.
Muffet
no
has. We
kidding.
haven't seen Muffet
It's
in a
too
long
low.
time.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. We
Don't
know
worry.
what's
The
going
great
on
thing
there.
is every time I put down my beer or something, and it's wet and it's water's coming off of it and everything else, it's on Pete's face.
Ah. Yes, of course. Why would imagine that.
It's like, hang on, let me conquer them again. Let me put this. There we go.
I tell you what, listening
Don't worry. I'm
to
just gonna
Chris
blow you up.
Feehan, who's great. Chris's segment is great because I'm sitting here listening and I'm writing stuff down. And by the way, did his hair not look fantastic?
Oh, heck yeah.
All the
He
time.
is.
I'm
like,
so jealous.
God, I'm sitting here going, I need to go.
No,
cut my hair.
he's the man, absolutely.
But he had mentioned that Celebration was in 2027 in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I might be able to make that. I would really love to take
Set
my
the goal
Muff
now.
with me.
Yeah.
I think,
Our
you know
goal
what?
is our goal is for the 50th. Probably get together for the 50th. Probably at Dragon Con. So.
And I've got that on my calendar too. I would really like to come. I've never been to Dragon Con,
2027.
and that would be the one to come to
Yep.
So
for you guys.
The Star Wars Celebration, it's in 2, correct? It's in 2 years.
Mhm.
So if you're planning on it, I know that I've been looking to put it on the calendar, and so maybe we should start working on that. I think
Okay.
it'd be fun if you're there. If you're going, I'm definitely inclined to go as well. I think it's just a matter of getting tickets. So
Yeah, that's
maybe,
the tickets is the thing.
yeah, let's talk
Is
to
it like
let's
a
talk to
lottery,
Chris
like
Feehan.
everything
Yeah,
else?
I hope not. But let's see if we can, and then of course, so we're going to be doing something for the 50th. Battlestar Galactica's 50th. That's definitely something we're planning. We're working. There is, believe it or not, there's a planning group on Instant Messenger, and they're talking about what kind of panels they want to see or what we
Rope
can
dance.
do.
Rope dance.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff.
Gonna do the rope dance. I got the
yeah.
ropes
I'll tell you this
from the
much.
Battlestars, from
we,
Apollo dancing in the
we-
disco with the ropes.
See, I'm
have-
flashing on the rope dance from Buck Rogers.
Oh,
Similar.
I got the wrong rope dance.
yeah. You're the streams crossing the
Yes,
streams.
they are.
Yeah. So we will also by then, Kelvin. By then we will have our own book on what it's like to actually put together a fan film.
Oh,
And
okay.
we've
And I'm getting
actually,
ready to get a hold of you for an interview.
Okay.
So we've been talking with a publisher. We can't release that yet, but we will be soon enough. But the fact is that we're putting together a book on what it takes to produce a fan film. And so we're taking all our experiences and we're hoping to then be able
There
to
you go.
pass that on so that everybody else. Oh, there it is. Oh my God. Yep. So you're right, Paul. Tipsy's got all of that. He's got all of the ropes and he's just, ready. Because we were going to do this at AllCon. That never happened. But so we are
Wait a minute.
kind of prepared.
I went too far away. Hang on.
There you go.
Just
Oh,
a second
boy.
ago. Hang on.
Hmm.
Where's she at?
Yeah.
There she is.
Oh, Sheba.
He's not having that good time.
So listen. Are they gold? I got the ropes.
Yes.
Some of them are. Some of them are.
The ropes? Yes, they're gold.
Yeah.
Technically, what they are, and you can probably find them at Michael's or whatever else, is they were curtain
Curtain
ropes,
ties. Yeah.
ties.
Yeah. So Mediocre Modeler, tell us a little bit about, we actually we requested that you actually make us a couple of the props, right? So out of, there was, we mentioned the helmet, Tipsy put up some of the actual, there was a medallion that you made for him. And then there was the Anubis head, because we had to use one helmet, right? And then take the emblem off and then put the Helios on it. So out of all of that, and there's a couple of others, which one do
The
you,
knife.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a
Yeah,
Cylon dagger
the
that we
Cylon
made.
dagger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was your take on that? Which one do you think was the I guess the most challenging of all of
The
them?
most rewarding or the most,
And
yeah.
or yeah, the most rewarding then, because I know the helmet was a bit of a an issue, but then I guess most rewarding.
I think okay. So the most rewarding is always going to be the Battlestar Galactica helmet, the Galactica helmet.
Okay,
Okay, I take that back. The helmet to build itself is a journey. It takes a lot. I think the thing that I really was proud of was working with Tipsy to come up with the logo for the Helios, because all it was is because it was mainly, hey, this is my idea. I know I want to have like a sunburst in there, and this is the kind of sunburst. We wanted to have the pyramid in there. Just want to make sure that we were hitting all those legend points that it fed through. I think it feeds through a little bit better with the Anubis because you see it immediately and know what it is. But the star logo is definitely ours.
oh
Yep.
yeah,
There's just no two ways about that.
Did it come up with? Did we come up with 13? That was the so the thing at the bottom of your screen, the symbol.
Yep.
That's the
that's the
Delphi.
Helios patch.
That's the Helios patch and the Delphi
Yeah.
piece.
Yeah, it's
I
linked to
believe it
the
had
Oracle of Delphi.
yeah.
Yep.
And I think the sun logo had 12 for the 12 colonies, the different points, if I remember correctly.
Right.
And then
there's
it had a pyramid in the
there's-
middle of it.
There's a pyramid in it. I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
let me see.
Yeah.
Maybe if I get close, you guys can see. There actually is a little pyramid in there, and
And
you
see-
you it's incredible.
Well, even the pyramid,
Wow,
I
that's
think
cool.
Tipsy and I think we went back and forth two
Yeah.
or
Yep.
three different times.
I think you
on
came
just
up with
the
that.
pyramid.
Yeah. We put something in the middle, and let's look at this.
Yeah, let's
It's a
put the pyramid in there. Yeah.
But if you just look up pyramid, there are Aztec pyramids, there are
Yes.
ancient
Yes.
pyramids,
Yes.
there are Egyptian
Yes.
pyramids. There's just so much, and you just end up going back and forth and trying this, and no, that doesn't work, or this needs to be bigger, and there's a lot of back and forth there.
Yeah. And the
But
resizing to
it
make
is
sure it
definitely a
fit. Yeah.
collaboration.
You pulled it off. We got them in time, way before actually, in some cases, and they were all used. And anybody that handled them that was there besides us was super impressed, right? I mean, we had a full crew there. We had cast was there, and everybody was like, oh, and I'll tell you, all kidding aside, multiple individuals said they wanted to take it home.
Yep. Yep.
So we were like,
Well-
no, you can't take it home. So
That's another thing that I think we could do to help maybe finance the next movie. Since these are all 3D printed, like the dagger itself, those are things that we could put up as purchasable props for people to build at home.
Ah,
And
That's
we could
interesting.
use that to help finance the next movie.
cool.
right. Or we could actually also do that to help maybe do a 50-50 where half of it goes to a charity and then half of the money goes to the expenses that we're incurring for the film festivals, because we had no idea. We just keep rolling, right? So we're doing so well. I mean, at some point in 2026, this will come to a dead stop. But until then, we've been invited to actually submit the Stranded Warrior. There have been film festivals that have contacted us by name, have actually quoted parts of what they've seen on in the trailer, and they've invited us. But sometimes there's a nominal fee, right? I mean, we're talking 80% discount. And there's been a couple, believe it or not, there's been a couple that have invited us for free, and we've actually done really, really well. But those come out of our own pockets, right? We've already exhausted everything that we'd gotten through Kickstarter and then some, and so everything now that is film festival related is all on us. So that's a possibility. We hadn't thought about that, but Kelvin, thank you very, very much. Appreciate everything you've done and continue to do. And if you guys have not gone to watch Mediocre Modeler on his live. Well, he doesn't do so much live streaming, but he streams out his own quote podcast. You guys gotta go. You gotta watch. It's incredible. I just listening to you. You have that voice. We've talked about it before. So, guys, please go and support Mediocre Modeler. It's a lot of fun. What project do you have cooking now?
I'm
Tell
actually
everybody.
in between projects.
Oh,
Well, because doing those magic mirrors took a lot out of me. It took a lot to get those done, and so I'm kind of in between projects. Oh well, I take that back. I am working on. I'm thinking about. Yeah, this is the fire from the fifth
from
element,
the Fifth Element, yeah.
stone.
oh.
So it's my printer. It wasn't big enough to print the 1-to-1 scale, so I had to print it in half. So I got to put it together. Blah
That's
blah
a
blah.
pretty good print, though.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. So much like with Galactica, when I printed these, I'm going. There's a part of the movie where the diva says, "The stones are in me," and I'm going, "How big was that one?"
Oh boy.
Yeah,
just
we
like-
don't want to know where those came from.
So, like with
Ooh.
Galactica, you guys on the trivia last week, 47 years, and I'm still learning stuff. You had made you guys had made the how old was the Galactica? 500 years. Well, immediately I'm just like, okay, we're going to have a chat with Bert, because if the Galactica's 500 years old, I'm like, either their level of technology is really slow or they were really advanced for the time. I don't know which.
No, that's a good point.
Yep.
that's a
Yeah,
good point.
so
But
I need
Well,
either
or
Bert to
Galactica's
explain
a
it
really
or
old
Dr.
ship.
Macaulay to write something up to explain it. One of the two.
Yeah, actually, look at the original book. I mean,
yeah,
if
they
you look
talk
at the
about
original
their
book,
ages.
it talks about how old they are, but it also talks about how big the Galactica was. It wasn't what
Yeah.
you saw on TV. This
Right.
thing, it
It's
says it's the
way
size of
bigger.
a planet.
In Galactica 1980, as we wrap this up, in Galactica 1980, there's an episode where one of the two, I think it was Troy and his buddy, they run into, or they go to some university, and somebody has all this, like, technical stuff that they have up on a board, and they're teaching, like, I don't know, advanced physics, or something like that, and they go up there and they're like, oh, this is, and they figure something out that has baffled.
Yeah, they've been trying for years.
Yeah, they've been trying for, like, it's baffled humankind since whatever, and it's one of those theories or something, and the professor's like, how did you figure that out? And they're like, oh, this is stuff that kids learn where we come from. And so that tells you a little bit about maybe the way their technology and their science is somewhere way beyond what we know.
And what show was this?
That was 1980.
1980,
Galactica
one of the very
Galactica
first ones.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know
Galactica
that
1890.
yeah. We'll get into that. We'll get into that.
That's actually a
something
comic book.
that's
It
like
wasn't
a-
bad.
yeah, not bad. But anyway, thank you so much,
Thanks
Kelvin.
for
Thank
having
you.
me on.
Thank
You
you.
were
It's
amazing.
always a pleasure, Kelvin. Yes, you are. Here's to you. Here's to your talents. Thank you for supporting everything we do, and all the best for the Mediocre Modeler channel. And we look forward to having you again.
Don't worry, we'll find more things for you to do.
Right? Fans feel the feeling.
Fans feel the fleet.
Fans fuel the fleet. The magic Viper helmet says that, so it shall be done. Thank you, my friend.
Take care.
Cheers. All right. I hope you guys are laughing hysterically, because this thing is just, there you go. Again. Now we have in the wings, we have our next special guest, and we haven't done authors in a minute. And that's part of what we've been doing now. We've had hundreds, actually literally hundreds of authors have come on our show. And so we have another author, Lola, brought this author to our attention, and from Dragon Con. And so we have Mel. Mel is here with us. And
There you go.
we're going to talk. Mel, welcome to IFB. How are you?
Oops, hang on.
Oh, hold on.
Hang on,
We got a technical difficulty already. You know what I got to do?
Actually, I think
I
it's
have
on.
I have to use this, and everything will be fine. I will just wave this around a little bit, and we'll press some buttons, and everything should be
Press some
fine.
buttons. Mel, try your
Yeah,
audio
come
again.
on. No.
I'm
Is it
seeing
on
the
our end?
tiny. It's like really, really low. It might need to be turned up a little bit.
On whose end? On our
On
end
Mel's
or
end.
on Mel's end? All
Yeah.
right. So Mel, can you raise your volume on your end a little bit? Okay, Mel is working on it. Mel Todd is an author, and she's been writing a whole bunch of cool stuff. I was looking at some of her
Give me 1 second. I'm
work.
jumping on and
Okay.
off. Try that.
All right, do
If
that.
all else fails, turn it off and turn it back on again, right?
There we go. We got it. Yep,
Oh,
done.
we got it.
Perfect. Welcome to
The joy of technology.
Oh, absolutely. And live.
Sometimes it's a
right?
PEBCAC error.
Live broadcast.
You know what a
This is the
PEBCAC
beauty of
error
the
is,
live
right?
broadcast.
It's almost always a pep pack. Trust me, either that or an IDTN error.
Yay! Someone who speaks my
I've
language.
been- oh no, I basically have got almost 30 years of IT support under my belt.
There
Wow.
we go. All right. You can go on and commiserate with Tipsy Toaster afterwards. But thank you for coming on. Thank you for taking
No,
the
thank
time
you.
to enlighten us with your series, your books, where you're going. You were at Dragon Con. So give us a little bit, Mel, of your background, and then you're going to tell us about your books. I personally have zeroed in on one of your series that I want to talk to you about separately. So we'll get to that. But in the meantime, bring us up to speed.
So I'm a full-time author. I've got my own company. I've been writing full-time now for about 3 years. I've been telling stories pretty much all my life. I was digging through files one day and I actually found stuff that I had written like as a seventh and eighth grader. So I've been telling stories for quite a while. Other than that, I've now been going to Dragon Con for 20 years. I have been an attending professional now for 4 or 5. Nope. It's probably closer to 6 or 7. Sorry,
Wow.
time starts to blur really fast.
That happens when you get older.
It's horrible. I'm like, this just happened 2 years ago. No, that was 8 years ago. It's like, no,
Oh.
no. The 80s was only 20 years ago. I don't care what anybody says. The 80s was 20 years ago.
There you go.
Absolutely. So Mel, so you've taken the writing seriously, but where did it come from in terms of genres and medias and the influences? Was it there's a story there. Is it the typical stuff? Is it not? Tell us about that.
Oop.
That's my library. I have read all of those.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Any
excellent.
Battlestar up there?
Probably not, but I've got a bunch of my Star Trek.
Ah, there you
Okay.
go.
Okay. So does that mean that you are are and came from the TV series, the movie stuff, or was it just the novels, or a combination of all of that?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm old enough that that was kind of a family thing we did was watch Star Trek one night a week when it came on. It was because it's my dad's favorite. And then, of course, it went off the air, and I discovered this wonderful thing called fanzines, which were just
Yay!
amazing. And then they started actually writing books. I've got some of James Blish's collected novels, Star Trek One, which are all the little short stories and stuff. I have those and stuff. And I had just fallen in love with it. I've always been more of a Trekkie than a Star Wars. But let me tell you, one of my first loves was not Battlestar Galactica, but Space 1999.
Yes.
Oh,
I loved Space
Pete
1999.
likes to hear that one.
really? So, are you aware of the documentary that?
Yes.
Oh,
I've
so-
seen it. I'm like going, I need to watch it. I haven't watched it yet, but I've been seeing some rumbles and stuff. So I would love to see them come back because was it Mia or Maya? I don't remember after all these years
Oh, yes,
how her name was
Maya.
pronounced.
Yes.
Maya. Oh my gosh. You had a shapeshifter. it was like the best thing in the world for me at that point. So no, I loved it. I watched all of the original Battlestar stuff. You know, I love Starbuck and everybody else. I will admit that I had a absolute meltdown fight with my husband when the new series came on, and I rage quit it, and I told him he gets to watch it because I couldn't.
Yay!
Okay, so you're in the right place. So you're familiar with Jeffrey Morris then? He's the one that's been spearheading the Space 1999 project.
It's one of those where I've seen the name, but I don't know
Yes.
him enough to have any registration
Oh,
for
well,
me.
okay, so it's important. He is one of the super fans that are out there. He's been a guest here on IFB. You should be aware of him since you're a Space 1999 fan. We're actually we've seen some of the trailers, and we are going to have him come back on the show, and you
I'm
will.
writing down his name so I don't forget.
Yes, yes, Jeffrey Morris. It's incredible. So when you get a chance, please look into that. You will not be disappointed. He's going out there, and when he was a kid and he was watching Space 1999, his idea was that in the future, our now, we should be right. We're beyond 1999. That technology is what we thought would be right. This
Oh
whole
yeah.
world, and why is it not here? And so he's done this tremendous documentary, and you're going to love it to death, I promise. However, with that said, now that we know, we're all kindred spirits, and Mel, there's a lot of professionals out there, whether they be writers like yourself, or IT specialists, whatever it may be, that have their own hobbies, right? Their own fandoms that they're into. We know from our experiences that those that are involved in, our stuff, the sci-fi fantasy world, that are fans, bring a whole other nuance to what they do, and what they come out with, and what they create, that is not there from those that are not fans, right? I mean, not that their work is inferior, not saying that, right? A professional is a professional, but when it comes from a fan's heart, there's an extra little magic. And
There's a level of in jokes that we get to
oh, of
use
course,
that
yes.
everybody else will miss them, but it's the little thing of like looking at somebody going, yeah, that's a red shirt. And if the person knows what you're talking about, you don't have to say anything else. It's been completely explained. And
Absolutely.
that's actually the best part about having fandoms. I mean, Firefly with ooh shiny.
Yep.
A lot of us have picked that up because they're fun things and they click for us. I watched pretty much all of the Buffy the Vampire Slayer ones, and there's just certain phrases that that you have met a kindred spirit when can use these phrases. I mean, trust me, the number of times I've just thought in my head, "Oh, please beam me up, Scotty," and somebody else that I tell that to knows exactly what I'm thinking about and why I want to be beamed up. Whereas somebody who isn't in the fandom, they're just like, huh?
Don't get
What
it.
are you
Yep.
talking about? But that's
Absolutely.
actually what makes it so much fun. Is it's a secret language that we share.
That's
It's the
right.
same thing. I've done D&D and all of this other stuff. I where I could look at somebody and say roll for initiative. They know what I'm talking about. I mean, it's just a lot of fun to have all of this secret language, and it gives you an instant connection with people, which is really some of the best parts.
100%. 100%. So if we take off on this, from this path straight arrow into the Kaled Chronicles, which is your series, one of the series that, I mean, that's all you, right?
Yes.
And we'll get to the other stuff, but tell us about that. What is, I just, the first book, if I'm not mistaken, book one is called No Choice.
Yep. No choice. This
Okay.
is David Chronicles.
So now it's, give us the pitch,
Um,
tell us all about it.
so what's really funny is I kind of wish that I had one of my old versions because the old covers, which just didn't work, but they were set up like enemy mine with the human
Ooh.
face facing the animal face.
Oh,
And the
cool.
problem is nobody caught it because Enemy
Huh.
Mine is a totally underrated movie. Because I tell you, so again, D&D, old. I've always loved shifters. I've loved werewolves, everything else. But at the time that I started writing this, everything was the paranormal romance, hiding in the shadows, searching for the fated mate stuff. And I was just bored with it. I'm like going, I'm tired of it always being in the shadows and having all of this other things drive you. And I went, well, what happens if it's out in the open? Everybody knows about it. And then even worse, what happens if I do it without magic? Because I get really, really grumpy with a lot of people's magic systems. And one of the best examples is always, oh, this wizard isn't very powerful. He can't do much. He can only like manipulate a cup of water. I can kill somebody if all I can manipulate is a teaspoon of water. I can make you go blind. I can kill you by sucking all the liquid out of your brain. And it's always just would really frustrate me that they would treat this stuff as it's so minor. And so I said, I don't want to write magic in this one. I want to write science fiction. So how do I do shifters as science fiction? And I thought I pulled it off pretty well. I'll give it away because the characters don't really find this out to the second book. But there's a race of aliens who like to get cannon fodder for the war. And so they go around the galaxy and just seed planets with nanobots to turn a certain percentage of the people or beings, they're almost never humans, they're always something else, but turn them into animals from their planet.
Oh.
The thing is most of the time their humanity, their ability to reason is locked away and they can't shift back and they're just stuck. And so they will come back later and sweep in and offer to take them and help them. And so they then take all of this cannon fodder and use it in their war. Well, when it hit Earth, it went through a massive solar flare. And the solar flare basically screwed up the nanobots and destroyed a lot of their programming. So when they hit Earth, people had control over the ability to shift and didn't lose their minds. They weren't raging animals. And then it gets really complicated.
Well,
it's a 5-book series. And
5-book, okay.
Yeah, 5-book series. There are 4 novellas that I wrote pretty much in between the novels to give you a little bit of backstory of the different characters and stuff. And I really had fun with it because I wanted to make sure that most people, pretty much everybody, turns into a type of mammal because it's really hard to justify turning into an orca. But because it was science-based, in a lot of the fantasy novels, you'll have a 150-pound woman turn into a 750-pound wolf, okay? And I'm just like, conservation of mass says no. So I made it that the main character, she's a cop, she weighs about 175 pounds. She's not that ashamed of it. Sure, she could lose some weight. Who couldn't? Yeah, when she turns into a cougar, she turns into a 175-pound cougar. That's a big cougar. And so there's a lot of the fact that going, okay, your weight doesn't change, but you're burning calories to go back and forth. So all of a sudden, all the shifters are like eating like crazy because they're burning 5,000 calories every time they change shape because literally the cells of their entire body restructure. But going back to the weight, her best friend is a cop and his name's JD. And JD's a big dude. Think like the Mountain from Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
He's big. He actually wears a kilt most of the time because he can't buy pants that will fit over his legs. Well, so he weighs 350 pounds and it's mostly muscle. Big dude. That's a really small bear.
Really?
Because he turns into a bear. But that's still a pretty small bear when you turn into a brown bear. Now, black bear, it's about a medium size, but it's still nothing compared to what grizzlies weigh. Grizzlies are starting at 750 and going up.
Oh, boy.
So, so it was a lot of fun to play with those things. How do you manage shifting when it demands calories? How do you get enough calories? It's really weird things. And then I love playing with social reactions to things. So one of the things I did in the book that I both regret doing it and I don't. I regret doing it because it's really fun to do it for one book. It's a lot more work to do it for 8. But at the beginning of each chapter, I would have these little news stories. And sometimes they were serious news stories. Sometimes they were funny, like they created a new social media called First Space for all the shifters to meet up on.
Oh, cool.
Things were like different countries had different reactions. South Korea or North Korea, was no reported evidence of any shifters because the government didn't. The second they were found, the government took them all. But in most other countries, there were way too many shifters. I mean, it was one of the reasons that I did the numbers the way I did. I did it at 2% of the world. 2% is enough that everybody's going to know somebody who is a shifter, but it's so many that a government, for the most part, can't swing in and just take them all. There's just too many of them. You can't do that. North Korea can get away with it because it's already a fascist state. They already have complete control over their population. But pretty much every other country, that just isn't going to happen. And so it was a lot of fun just playing with how different countries reacted. And then the aliens show up.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's cool.
I had a lot of fun writing the series. I'm hoping someday a shifter movie or something comes out so I can relaunch it and try to ride off of the success of a really good shifter or werewolf movie or something like that.
Was your intention going in to write as much, or did this just start growing on its own that turned into more?
I honestly probably have about 3 more books in the world that I want to write. But until I get a little bit more of it going viral so that there's a bigger hunger for it, I've just moved on to other things because unfortunately the electric company does not accept finished books as payment for the electric bill. I don't understand this.
Not
living
yet.
indoors and
Not
eating
yet.
thing. Yeah, I got it.
Yes.
Minor things. I mean, honestly, it's all my whiskey bill. It's totally my fault. I need to get my whiskey bill under control.
Well, you've also,
as I drink water because it's Thursday night.
You didn't know next time, but the urban fantasy is another category on your webpage, which we will be putting up as well. But it's populated by Twisted Luck, Blood War, and Puppet Master. So how do you tell us about that? You walk us through those, because I want to ask you questions then ultimately about the Blood War one. So
I'll tell you about Blood War. Let's see. Twisted Luck is my best-selling urban fantasy series. It is a completed 8-book series with basically a 3 short stories that's a reader magnet and then 2 novellas that happen in between. And that, again, was the idea of I wanted to have somebody who just constantly had all of these weird things happening to her. But it was one of those ones that the more I played with the world and the strings, the more expansive this world became. And the characters, I am very much an author who has characters who just take over and run with stories. Yeah, that's what happened to this series.
Cool.
I had always planned on wrapping it up the way I did. I just wasn't quite sure how many books or what was going to happen between point A and point B. And the characters are the ones who said, oh, no, this is what's happening next.
That's excellent. That just means that it's like almost, they become real. We've experienced that, writing screenplays and writing stuff on our own as well, where no, the character wouldn't say it that way. The character's going to say it different. We got to rewrite that. So yeah,
or
that's
worse,
cool.
The character wouldn't do that. And then you're like, well, fudge, how do I get them to where I need them to go?
Absolutely. But that's great because it means that they've come to life. Right, when your characters come to life and you know that you've got something and it's it has substance, so that's cool. That says a lot right then and there. But can you got to bring me up to speed with your Blood War as well?
Okay, so Blood War is a series that I'm writing with my co-author Doug Burby. He is a retired lieutenant colonel. He did 20 years in the military. He now works for the Department of Defense as one of their uh, program manager. So he's actually running a bunch of programs right now for the DoD, which is one of the reasons why he's so far behind. But the idea was that demons invaded the earth and we kicked them off by the skin of our teeth. And I mean, by the skin of our teeth. And it's what's happening later because now politicians are involved. The demons are still there. There's angels, there's fae, and all of them are trying to wrangle so that their realm gets priority. And it's a lot of politics, it's a lot of fighting, and then there is the blood magic because we found out the hard way that when you kill a demon, you get coated in blood, and that blood gave you powers and a way to tap into magic. But the side effect is the rage, which is the equivalent of having a roaring river in the back of your mind that wants to destroy everything, and you have to keep it under control because if you let it out, all that's going to be left is rage.
Wow, that's pretty cool. How do you how do your collaboration then? How tell us about that? How do you work together with now somebody else? Because you're accomplished in your own right. You've written your own stuff. How did this how did that come about? The whole
Well,
you guys
first,
working.
Doug is amazing. He is like probably the easiest person to ever work with, mainly because he has to take lots of courses on how to work well with others. But he had come up with the idea and we hashed it out what was going to happen, where it was going to go. We did lots of back and forth in designing the world. And then what we did was both of us had like 2 or 3 characters that were our characters. And so he would write a scene and basically say one of my characters is going to do something. And then I would come in after him and have the character do it the way the character would. And then I would write the next chapter from my character's point of view, mentioning that he did something. And then he would come in and edit it to keep it consistent with how his character would act and talk. And so it was really worked really well and actually made it pretty clean because we were constantly re-editing each other's work as it went. So, I mean, it's a lot of fun. The biggest problem we've had is we're trying to finish book 3. There's been this little thing called COVID and government shutdowns and everything else. And so he has been horribly, horribly distracted. And in all conscience, I can't actually nag at him too much because, yeah, his job has been a little bit more demanding than what it was supposed to be.
Well, sometimes life and these esoteric issues come into play. But
Again,
right, but here we are.
We need money.
Yes, but you've got these out. It's incredible. And then you have to tell us something about the Puppet Master.
That was a fun project I did with a bunch of other authors. It's a shared universe called Duo Delta Underground Operatives. And it's a hidden world where it's our world, but magic is being hidden. And these are all agents that are there to help ensure that people don't find out about magic. That there's a whole bunch of books in this world, and we do have a little bit of crossover, both with a couple main characters that are in all the books, and then some of our characters will show up in each other's books. Puppet Master was something I basically did for fun. It's just a fun urban fantasy. It's a half orc and a half elf fairy, and I'm talking Lord of the Rings elf and Tinkerbell.
Excellent.
So she's the brawn and he's the brain.
Okay. So strong female leading characters are in a lot of what you write, if not all.
Usually, yeah. I mean, what's funny is if you can find most of my fanfic, because I did a lot of Buffy fanfic, I usually
Really?
wrote Xander. Oh yeah, I have lots. I have like over 500,000 words.
Wow, we're
Yeah,
big fans.
we're big fans of fan fiction.
Oh, absolutely.
I
And
love it.
we collect a lot of the as much of the Battlestar Galactica stuff that we can, and we have legacy authors from back in the day, 30
Yeah.
years ago, and then
Yeah,
some.
This whole
So
section back here is all fan fiction.
all fan fiction, yes.
That one, and
I
that
am-
one, and down one.
I mean,
all
For me,
Battlestar.
probably
Yep.
one of the biggest honors I could ever have is if somebody did a fanfic of my work. Now, I wouldn't be able to read it unless it was like a completely dead series. But I'm like going, I at least have never had a problem with it, mainly because I don't care how fast you write. You can't write fast enough to keep up with readers, especially me. I can read a book a day without even stretching it much.
Wow, that's
so awesome. And I always wrote crossovers. So I've done Buffy and Stargate, Buffy and Tom Clancy.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's cool too.
Buffy and the MCU universe. And I almost always have just done Xander as the main character because him and Faith at Stargate worked really, really well. I had a lot of fun doing that with them with SG-1.
That's cool. Oh, look at you. When is your next appearance? What other conventions do you do?
Let's see. This is September. I will be in Vegas for Author Nation, which is more of a writing conference as opposed
We've
to
heard
a
about
convention.
that quite a bit. Yeah.
I'll be at Author Nation in Vegas this year. And then my next actual fan convention right now is going to be Mysticon in Roanoke, Virginia.
I'll be there.
January.
I'll be there. I have a house there.
We are waiting.
Mysticon is coming back after quite a few years hiatus. So I'm hoping there'll be a lot of people that are eager to get back and see everybody.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's going to be something. We are we're actually, that's going to be, I believe, January. Is it in January?
It's in, hold a second, I have to look at my calendar. That's far enough in advance that I don't have the dates on the top of my head.
It's not next week. I don't know about it.
January 22nd through the 25th.
Yes. So we have submitted our fan film, The Stranded Warrior, to their film festival because they also have a film festival that they run simultaneously. So we'll see.
We probably will see you there.
I will be there. Actually, Doug will be there too.
Oh, cool.
We're both going to be at Mysticon next year.
That'd be
right now,
really cool.
That Jordan Con in April in Atlanta, most likely Dragon Con next year. But right now, my big thing is I will be in Ireland for a month in May. So if anyone runs a bookstore in Ireland and would love to have me come and do a signing there,
we have some connections with some.
Yes, that might happen. We'll see what we can do for you.
Yeah.
But
so that's gonna be fun. I'm gonna be my brother and sister-in-law are getting married in Kilkenny, Ireland, and I realized that it was cheaper to rent an Airbnb for a month than for 3 weeks because 3 weeks was $2,000 more expensive than a month.
Crazy, isn't it?
Wow.
I can stay for a month.
It's being an author. That's like inspirational. You go there and I guess
next
which
month,
means it's all a tax write-off.
There you go. Oh,
okay. So next month, May, we'll put the word out. We'll see if we can, make a connection for you. And you never know. I mean,
it's literally one of the things on my Trello list is to start contacting bookstores in Dublin to see if maybe I can set up a signing and put something out on my newsletter. But I need to finish getting the photographer figured out for them and the cake. But we're waiting on the wedding dress before we can do the cake.
Well, all the best. We wish them all the best. But we also... Chris, go ahead.
I wanted, I like to ask, I'm the techie guy. I like to ask, so you've been writing for a long period of time, and now the things have come across now is the AI piece of it. And there's a lot of people who are anti or pro or whatever else. How do you see AI fitting into not just your books or AI into authors and reading and creating worlds and things like that? How do you feel about that?
Honestly, I still have a little bit of an issue with me just sitting down and telling AI to write a book for me.
Oh yeah, I don't think that's
but
the
at
way
the same time, those that I have seen, AI is still just missing something. Maybe it's even the flaws that we make. But I use ChatGPT quite a bit, and one of the things I have decided that I absolutely love for it is I will take a scene that I've written, I throw it in a ChatGPT, and I say, tell me all the flaws in the scene.
Oh, yes.
And it will catch things like, well, you've used this really weird word 3 times in this scene. Okay, nope, I shouldn't do that. Or you contradict yourself here. Or you've made the same point multiple times. You only need to make it once. And so that's actually been really nice because I'm not bugging my friends with, hey, read this, tell me if you like it or not.
Gotcha.
And I ignore a lot of what it says. In fact, one day, just because I was curious, because ChatGPT will always offer to rewrite it for you. I said, sure,
Always.
go ahead and rewrite it. Oh my God, it was horrible. It took
Good.
like
I'm glad you said that. All right.
word scene and dropped it down to under 800 words.
Like, you
no.
ruined it. No.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, there was no transition, there was no intro to anything, and I'm like, yeah, and this is why I only take some of your suggestions.
Exactly.
But really is good for catching some of the things, or especially I'm a sentence reader. I don't read individual words. I read the entire sentence and move on. Well, that means my brain will put things in like a or of or not, because I know it's supposed to be there. And so I'm like, boom, 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 just going through the story. And ChatGPT will actually catch those relatively well. The other thing that I'm using AI for is translations. I am working right now on getting all the Caled Chronicles translated into German. In fact, I just got book 2 put up.
Wow.
And that one, I'm just kind of shrugging at people because one of the last offers I saw for somebody to translate into German is 14 cents a word.
Wow.
A word.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
And I'm like, dude, I understand that it's probably going to be better if you do it and won't be quite so formal and stiff. I will never make up the money it will cost me to pay for this, ever. I just won't. There is no way for me to do that. If I was J.K. Rowling, maybe. But even then, it's very unlikely. So I know a lot of people who are seeing some decent success, and it's also getting my books out into other people's hands. And I have to say, one of the big news things that came across for me is Amazon with Kindle Unlimited has changed their terms. And I am ecstatic about this. I can now have my book in Kindle Unlimited, and I can put it in public libraries.
Oh, interesting.
They changed it earlier this month, and I've already gotten most of my stuff re-uploaded so that all of my stuff can also be in public libraries, because I am a huge supporter of libraries, and it has always been my number one complaint with KU is I want books in libraries because they saved me as a kid. And all of us have had times in our lives where even a 99-cent book is a luxury. And we all know that up until about 5-6 years ago, 99-cent books really didn't exist.
Right.
But yeah, so that has been a major change for most of the authors, is now that we actually can put our books in KU and get the minuscule payment for page reads, but we can also put them back into the library system. And so I am completely ecstatic about that.
That is cool. I didn't know about that. That's cool.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
I verified it. It came up on a newsletter, and I went, wait a second. I sent an email to Amazon, or I opened up a chat, and she's like, yes, it has been changed. I'm like, will you send me an email confirming this? And so I got the email, and
I want it in writing in front of me from you.
And I told her that. I said, I want it in writing. And then about 2 weeks ago, they actually officially updated the terms of service. So it is actually in the terms of service that you can have it in libraries. So that means Overdrive, Hoopla, Libby, you can now do that.
So Mel, just as the wrap up, as we come to closing our show tonight.
Oh yeah, because I can talk about a lot of stuff.
You're doing great. It's been fun.
You can come back. You can come back.
Can we start talking about the Anthropic lawsuit, please?
we need you to come back. But one of the questions you have to answer before you do go is the audiobooks. I know what the answer is, but I'd let you answer that.
Well, what's the question?
Audiobooks.
Oh yeah, do I have them? Yes. The entire Twisted Luck series is in audio. Puppet Master is in audio. I haven't even opened up the folder, but my narrator sent me the folder for book 4, like Tuesday, saying, hey, the files are done. So I do audio as fast as I can afford it, because again, that's also one of those where it's a very long-term game to get a return on your money. But it's also something I drastically support because not everybody can pick up a book and read for various reasons. So absolutely, I just can't get them out as fast as I'd like to because, well, again, these narrators, they want to get paid. I don't understand this.
Yeah. It's just unbelievable how these people just expect to get money for what they're doing work-wise.
I know, totally unreasonable.
Well, Mel, thank
no,
you.
I mean, that's one of the AI things. I won't do my books as AI audiobooks because I feel like
I've listened to a number of AI ones, and they're just
sometimes you do. Yes, sometimes you do.
And I'm kind of the person that would pick out just a single word and just beat on it in my head forever, especially if they keep saying it wrong the entire thing.
That does
Humans
happen.
are almost as bad, but there are multiple versions that will read the books to you for people. One of my super fans, when he buys a book, I send him the PDF because he loads it up into a specific software so that it will read the book to him while he works, because that's how he gets through most of his books. And I'm like, that's fine. I have zero issue with that. I just don't think I don't want to pay or make somebody pay for me to have a book that is that. Though human narrators, I can give you 3 examples, and these are even well-known narrators. Runes is not pronounced ruins. Ever. James Marster.
Ooh. Yep.
Ooh.
It is grimace, not grimace.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny.
And it is collegiate, not collegiate.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
yeah, that sounds familiar. Yeah, you start pulling your hair out.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
Like, and the problem is it was one of Mercedes Lackey's Valdemar books, so it had collegiate and collegium in it, and he pronounced it as collegium and collegiate every single time. And I was about ready to throw something because they use those words a lot in that book. And apparently somebody told him, because book 3, he started pronouncing it correctly. Because I was ready to scream.
Wow. Yeah. You know what? I've encountered that myself, but it's just I guess an unfortunate side effect of education or not reading enough, not listening enough.
Yeah, region.
I'm not
that
sure.
One, those tend to be words where you've only ever seen them, you've never heard them. And I will freely admit, collegium and collegiate aren't necessarily words you hear that often if you're not really into like college football.
This is true. This is true.
I mean, it isn't a word that you use in most of your writing or anything else, unless you're a big college football fan. You've probably never run into the word. I have no idea how they got grimace, other than the fact that they probably never heard anybody say it before. And if you look at it, Grimace, I could see how you would think that's pronounced grimace, because when I was a little kid, I had the biggest argument with my mother that it was pronounced buffet, not buffet. She's like, no, it's a buffet. I went, no, it is spelled buffet. Look, Buffet. So most of them, it's just, if you don't hear the words, you don't always know. And the English language, it sucks.
It sucks. It does. Absolutely. You're 100% correct. But
it doesn't suck. It sucks.
They never got to see the grimace in action on the McDonald's commercials.
There you go.
That's that's how.
See, that's actually probably part of it. Yep. Because I remember Hamburglar and the rest. In fact, I'm going to a Halloween party in October, and a bunch of us have decided to do Sesame Street. So I'm going as Oscar.
There you go.
It's Oscar the Grouch.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Well, you have to come back. You got to come back to IFB next. Whatever you got coming out.
Or what you've got.
Next release, you definitely come back to us.
Be a couple months, because this one just came out.
I just saw that one.
The very end of August. This is my newest one. Isn't that pretty? So let's see. I have to move it this way. Yep.
Excellent.
And it's got pretty end pages and designs.
Ooh, wow! Show that again.
This is
the end pages.
Oh, look at that!
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, look, aren't they pretty?
Yeah.
So
the glare is coming.
Tipsy's put up your Amazon links. So we have links up Guys, if you're interested, please go ahead, use the links, go to Amazon. There's audio
Check out our
books,
website. We
there's
put our website up as well.
novellas, there's all
Yep.
kinds of good stuff. Mel, thank you so much for coming
Thank
on.
you.
We look forward to having you again. Here on IFB, it's all about the fans as far as we're concerned. The fans fuel
The
the fleet,
fans.
but here's to you and here's to the fans. So thank you so much.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Oh boy, all right, guys, it's just about that time. So I'm going to
This just
use
goes
the
by so
magic
fast.
mirror.
Oh, you're gonna go and
Magic
say help
mirror,
and see
magic
what
mirror.
anybody else has got
Yeah.
left?
Yeah, there's the magic mirror.
There you go. There you
Eric
go.
O'Reilly, I see you out there. Who else did I miss? Is anybody else that I might have been? I hope not.
Lola.
But I know John One. I see John One, right? John One's out there. And Lola.
This is
Lola,
great.
thank you very much, Lola, for getting us Mel to come on. Appreciate it. Thank you, Mediocre Modeler, for putting this together. This is awesome, right? You are a prop maker, modeler extraordinaire. You are not mediocre, but don't forget to tune into his show as well. And you know, it's a heck of a lot of fun. Thank you, everybody, for watching us in rerun to the tune of thousands. So thank you very, very much. We look forward to having on some of our other colleagues, including Owen Cotter. Doc McCauley will be with us next week. He's got some really great announcements. We'll have more updates on the film festival. So you guys that want to see The Stranded Warrior, look for the link.
Posted it in there. Yep.
Yep, Brooklyn Sci-Fi
$12.
Film Festival. Yep, $12, $12.50 if I'm to be exact.
$12.51.
So yeah,
$12.51.
Yes. So
don't forget
get
that
out
one
there.
penny. I mean, that might push somebody over the edge there, but
Yeah. And by the way, not for nothing, but we may, no promises. We heard that it's possible we might be getting a discount code at some point. I don't know when.
Yep.
So that's
Hopefully
up in
we
the
get
air.
one.
But they promised if they're able to issue one, I don't know what the mechanics are. If they do, we will put it on the website because they said you could offer it to the what is it, the family, friend, and fan
Fans.
discount.
Yeah.
So stay tuned in. If we get it, we will put it out
as soon as we know. Yep.
Yeah, as soon as we know. But it is what it is. October 6th is when it starts. You guys will be able to watch The Stranded Warrior plus another couple hundred. I think it's like 180 altogether,
Yep.
including
So
hours.
180. Yeah.
And you get the vote.
That's a lot.
Right? So
Yeah.
you buy the ticket, you get the vote as well.
Think of
So
all the
thank
different
you, everybody.
stories you get to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, really cool. So thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned. And we have a lot more updates. We didn't get to talk about this. We'll talk about this next time. I brought this out of my Battlestar Galactica collection, the Galactica
Trunk.
box. And it has an excellent interview with Glenn A. Larson. And I want to read a couple of quotes that he put in, some comments that I think everybody will find fascinating. That's from 1999. So we'll get back to that, guys. Stay well. And we'll see you again soon.
Don't forget to check in next Thursday. We'll be back here at the same bat channel, same bat place, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to hit those likes and those thumbs up and those follows and everything else on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and wherever else you may find us. We're everywhere. We're everywhere. And once again, don't lick any otters. It is illegal.
It is illegal. Don't do that.
So no
No.
otter licking. Just buy the beer. Don't.
I'm
lick the
glad
otter.
that William Shatner is better, and
Yes.
we will keep you updated on when the film festivals. There's Long Island. For those of you in Long Island, the trailer will be. There's going to be trailers. Screened and stuff like that. We'll keep you updated.
Hopefully,
so
we'll make
here's to you
Mystic on it,
guys.
too. So here's to you,
Yeah.
fans for the fleet.
Take care, everybody.